It's a lovely day for racing here at Adelaide 2011 as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. With just 142 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 1:24.785. Jury Yu has a best lap time of 1:25.020. Lars is on their practice out lap. There are just over 140 minutes left in this practice session. There are just over 140 minutes left in this practice session. Eric Wolfs posted a 1:25.085 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Armin Sunoiler posted 4:01.603 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 1:24.785. Armin Sunoiler has a best lap time of 1:23.185. With just 137 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. It's a lovely day for racing here at Adelaide 2011 as we watch these drivers warm up and get ready for the race. Mac at the back posted 8:33.536 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Eddie G posted a 128.130 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? There are just over 135 minutes left in this practice session. There are just over 135 minutes left in this practice session. Simon B has a best lap time of 1:30.695. Lars is on their practice out lap. Maybe today Satan has a best lap time of 1:23.090. With just 133 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Wayne Pearson posted a 125.838 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Simon B posted 133.227 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 130.843. Let's get this qualifying session underway here at Adelaide 2011. Jerry Yu has secured a respectable third in the qualifying session. Can they capitalise on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? A solid qualifying performance by Mack at the back, positioning them in 8th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. Incredible drive by Armin Sunoiler so far, earning him 6th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
Absolutely, Rob. Armin Sunoiler has put in a remarkable effort to secure 6th. The competition is fierce, and they'll need to stay focused to defend their position.
Hugh Jass has completed their outlap. Hugh Jass has completed their outlap. Jerry Yu has positioned themselves. Jerry Yu has completed their outlap. A mesmerizing display from Roll Postma in this qualifying session. They have left everyone in awe with their speed and precision. Currently leading the pack, they are setting the standard and sending a clear message to their competitors.
Well said, Rob. Roel Postma is truly in a league of their own in this qualification session. Their dominant display is a testament to their talent and determination.
Impressive work from Jury Yu, who has claimed 7th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Jury Yu has just completed that lap in 1:28.017. Their best lap so far is 1:28.017, putting them in P8. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? There are just over 15 minutes left in this qualification session. Maybe today Satan has just completed a lap in 1:23.046. Let's see if they can improve on their time further. A tough outing for Wayne Pearson in qualifying today. They currently sit in 17th position, which is far from up. Wayne Pearson has completed their outlap. Currently in 10th, Jury Yu has some work to do as that 1:25.905 is only good enough for 9th. Not the ideal start for Mr. Bang in this qualifying session. Currently in 14th position, they'll be eager to put together a strong final lap to improve their standing. Mr. Bang has completed their outlap. Impressive display by Eric Wolfs, currently sitting in position 7. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure. Eric Wolfs has some work to do as that 1:24.682 is only good enough for 6th. A tough qualifying session for Rolf Biber. They're currently mired in 11th position, which is a setback for their ambitions. However, they have the resilience and determination to learn from their mistakes and fight back in the race.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Rolf Biber is currently facing a challenging situation, but they have the skills and experience to tackle it head-on. They'll need to stay focused, trust in their abilities, and push themselves to the limit to turn things around.
Rolf Biber has completed their first flying lap in 1:24.995. It's been a challenging day for Andreas Dittmann in qualifying. They currently sit in 19th position, which is not reflective of their true potential. With the session nearing its end, they'll need to push hard and extract every ounce of performance to improve their result. Disappointing performance from Simon B in this qualifying set. Simon B has some work to do as that 1:28.489 is only good enough for 12th. It's been a challenging session for Mr. Bang. They're currently languishing in 6th. Mr. Bang has just completed that lap in 1:28.101. Their best lap so far is 1:28.101, putting them in P12. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? Armin Suneuler has put in a great effort and currently holds 7th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
You're absolutely right, Rob. Armin Suneuler's current position of 7th reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
A challenging session for Simon B so far. They're currently in 13th position, which is not where they wanted to be. But in motorsport, we've seen remarkable comebacks, and they'll be hoping to turn their fortunes around and secure a better result.
I share your thoughts, Rob.
Simon B has some work to do, as that 128.615 is only good enough for 13th.
There's still more time to be had, but I don't know if they are going to find it before the session is over.
There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification. Marcus Schmitz has some work to do, as that 124.556 is only good enough for 6th. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Lars has some work to do, as that 126.590 is only good enough for 13th.
That's not a bad time, but I am sure they can improve further on that.
There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Robin Overbeck has some work to do, as that 124.767 is only good enough for 8th.
There's still more time to be had, but I don't know if they are going to find it before the session is over.
It's been a struggle for Mr. Bang in qualifying. As of now, they find themselves in 15th position, which is well below their expectations. However, motorsport is unpredictable, and there's still... Mr. Bang has some work to do, as that 126.799 is only good enough for 15th. A tough outing for Mac at the back in qualifying today. They currently sit in 17th position, which is far from ideal. However, there's a chance for them to regroup, analyze their data, and make some adjustments to their setup to improve their result.
Absolutely, Rob. Mac at the back is facing a challenging situation, but they have the skill and determination to turn things around. It's not over until the checkered flag, and they still have a chance to improve their result.
A tough qualifying session for Rolf Biber. They're currently mired in 11th position, which is a setback for their ambitions. Rolf Biber will be happy having put themselves into 5th in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I'm sure they can find a little extra in there.
And there goes Robin Overbeck. Armin Sunoiler will be happy having put themselves into 5th in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for them to improve further on it. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Armin Sunoiler has secured a respectable 5th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? Andreas Dittmann has just completed a lap in 1:38.468. Let's see if they can improve on their time further. A disappointing performance from Mr. Bang so far in this qualifying session. Mac at the back has some work to do, as that 129.263 is only good enough for 17th.
That's not a bad time, but I am sure they can improve further on that.
It's an impressive showing by Marcus Schmitz, currently in 9th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher? Incredible drive by Armin Sunoiler so far, earning them 5th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
I completely agree, Rob. Armin Sunoiler has positioned themselves impressively in 5th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
It's been a challenging day for Wayne Pearson in qualifying. They currently sit in 11th position, which is not... Wayne Pearson has some work to do, as that 124.444 is only good enough for 9th. A strong showing from Hugh Jass as they currently sit in 8th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve.
Absolutely, Rob. Hugh Jass has put in a remarkable effort to secure 8th. The competition is fierce, and they'll need to stay focused to defend their position.
A solid qualifying performance by Rolf Biber, positioning them in 7th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Rolf Biber's current position of 7th is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
Rolf Biber has some work to do as that 123.282 is only good enough for 6th. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Andreas Dittmann has some work to do as that 513.770 is only good enough for 19th.
There's still more time to be had, but I don't know if they are going to find it before the session is over.
Robin Overbeck has positioned themselves well in 2nd during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. Robin Overbeck will be happy having put themselves into 2nd in this qualifying session. Currently in 7th, Eddie G has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. Eddie G has some work to do as that 123.690 is only good enough for 7th.
That's not a bad time, but I am sure they can improve further on that.
Not the ideal start for Andreas Dittmann in this qualifying session. Currently in 19th position, they'll be eager to put together a strong final lap to improve their standing. The pressure is on, and they'll need to deliver their best performance. Andreas Dittmann has some work to do as that 133.640 is only good enough for 19th.
There's still more time to be had, but I don't know if they are going to find it before the session is over.
What a performance from Hugh Jass. They currently occupy 8th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot? Hugh Jass has some work to do as that 123.258 is only good enough for 7th. Impressive work from Robin Overbeck, who has claimed 2nd on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Robin Overbeck will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I'm sure they can find a little extra in there.
It hasn't been the best qualifying session for Jury U so far. They find themselves in 13th position, which is not where they had hoped to be. However, there's still time left on the clock, and they have the opportunity to make improvements. Jury U has some work to do, as that 124.926 is only good enough for 12th. A challenging session for Andreas Dittmann so far. They're currently in 19th position, which is not where they wanted to be. But in motorsport, we've seen remarkable comebacks, and they'll be hoping to turn their fortunes around and secure a better result. Andreas Dittmann has some work to do, as that 131.050 is only good enough for 19th. And there goes Mike O'Hagan, currently in position 2. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. You've joined us on a breezy day here at Adelaide 2011, as we're getting ready to kick things off. Starting from pole position is the best possible outcome for Robin Overbeck.
But they can't get cocky. This is AssettoCorsaFriends, and anything can happen.
And in second place, we have Mike O'Hagan. In third place, we have Roll Postma. The fourth position belongs to Armin Sunoila. The fifth position is occupied by Hugh Jass.
What can they do with that Tatuus FA01 from here?
Rolf Biber is placed in sixth. Maybe today Satan is seventh. Eddie G will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from 8th on the grid.
Eddie G is going to show us something special, I'm sure of it.
Marcus Schmitz has qualified 9th. Sitting in 10th is Wayne Pearson. Eric Wolfs is in a solid position starting from 11th on the grid.
Eric Wolfs has been looking strong all week, expect big things.
Starting from 12th on the grid is not ideal for Jury U, but they're a fighter. Mr. Bang has some work to do from 13th on the grid, but they're not out of the race yet. Starting from 14th on the grid is a bit of a mixed bag for Jack M10.
But they're going to have to be aggressive if they want to make up ground on the leaders.
Simon B may not be starting from pole. In the blink of an eye, the narrative unfolds. Let's see which racer combines horsepower with erudition to outflank their compatriots.
Maintaining a safe distance while still pushing for position is a delicate balance. Experience and composure will be vital in these opening moments.
Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here.
Let's hope they all brought their A games today.
Jury U must have had a rocket under their seat, because they've shot off the line like a missile.
I've raced on Adelaide 2011 a fair few times, and let me tell ya, Jorg U's making it look easy. But, with 89 to 26 on the clock, there's a lot of asphalt to cover.
I can't wait to see how this race will play out.
A good old-fashioned southern standoff, that's what Rolf Biber's doing. Holding their ground, and sometimes that's the best strategy in the early laps.
Robin Overbeck had better wake up a bit here, how else they are going to find themselves pushed to the back if they don't get up to speed. They have already dropped down the running. It's a thrilling pursuit as Wayne Pearson is right behind Marcus Schmitz, keeping the pressure on for 8th place.
They say rubbing is racing, but if Wayne Pearson gets too close, they might end up trading carbon fiber souvenirs instead of positions.
The gap between Armin Sunoila and Mr. Bang is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Armin Sunoila to bring Mr. Bang into play. The frustration must be building for Armin Sunoila. They've just lost 10th position to Mr. Bang, and they're going to have to work hard to get it back.
Well, bless their heart. Armin Sunoiler's got to kick off those Sunday shoes and dance if they want to catch Mr. Bang, who's moving and grooving to the lead.
Things are getting spicy as Eric Wolfs is breathing down Mr. Bang's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them.
Mate, if I had $1 for every time Eric Wolfs looked like overtaking, I'd be sipping mojitos on a beach right now.
The adrenaline is pumping as Rolf Biber gets within striking distance of Hugh Jass in their race for second.
Should things go south between Rolf Biber and Hugh Jass, we might witness a high-speed game of bumper cars, but trust me, it's way less fun with real race cars.
Whoa, Roll Postma is coming in hot. I don't know if it's the red mist or if they have just missed their braking update. Blimey. Armin Sunoila's just thrown another shrimp on the barbie of mishaps. This one's burnt. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
If maybe today Satan gets any closer, they might as well ask Mac at the back for a piggyback ride.
It's neck and neck. The closest battle we've seen in a while.
You know, Rob, I wouldn't put it past Armin Sunoiler to pull a rabbit out of the hat in this duel. Keep those eyes peeled.
Andreas Dittmann could be looking for a way up the inside of maybe today's Satan.
They need to...
Hold on a moment, now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line.
Andreas Dittmann is not going to be happy about that.
It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
At this rate, Eric, Wolfs and Mr. Bang are so close they could share a cup of tea and a biscuit.
No room for error here. Roll Postma is breathing down the neck of Rolf Biber, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
As a former driver, I can tell you there's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush when you're this close to your rival, ready to make your move.
Blimey, Eric, Wolfs is gunning it in 12th. Just a whisker behind Mr. Bang. Hope he's got his budgie smugglers on, cause things are about to get wet and wild. Struth. Simon B's having a real dog's breakfast of a moment. The pressure is on for Marcus Schmitz as they try to catch up to Jerry Yu. Robin Overbeck has the pedal to the metal chasing maybe today's Satan.
To achieve anything in this game, you must be prepared to dabble in the boundary of disaster.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Eric, Wolfs is proper nipping at Mr. Bang's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell.
If Eric, Wolfs pushes too hard, they might find themselves exploring the scenic route, and nobody's got time for sightseeing during a race.
Oh, this is getting intense. Robin Overbeck is just behind maybe today's Satan.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Who will keep their cool under pressure? Robin Overbeck or maybe today's Satan? It's anyone's race.
A brilliant maneuver from Robin Overbeck, who has just moved up the field.
Well, slap my knee and call it a jamboree. Robin Overbeck's putting on a masterclass, storming into 15th.
The action is non-stop as Jerry Yu shadows Marcus Schmitz through every twist and turn, determined to claim 6th.
It's going to be a close one. Jorg Yu will have to push hard to create an opportunity.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit. Now that's how it's done. Eric, Wolfs rips through the track, while Mr. Bang watches the tail lights fade. Hold that thought, hold the phone. Well, crikey. Mac at the back's taken a detour just like I did when I tried to change my car's oil. Ended up with a flooded garage. It's an intense battle for position as Mr. Bang tries to outmaneuver Eric, Wolfs. This is edge of your seat racing. It's a close race between Puppy Dog from Hell and Robin Overbeck in 14th.
This is what makes motor racing so exciting. The tension is high and the stakes are even higher. Who will take home the victory? It's too close to call.
That won't be ideal for maybe today's Satan. Oh, the chase is on. Roll Postma's breathing down the neck of Eddie G. Roll Postma is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Eddie G to 0.3 seconds.
That's a great effort from Roel Postma. They need to keep up the pressure and see if they can make a move.
Stop the press. Whoops. Jerry Yu's taken more spins than a dead or alive record.
Well, butter my biscuit. Jorg Yu just did the hokey pokey right in the middle of the race.
Rolf Biber seems to be putting the pressure on Eddie G. It's pedal to the metal for Rolf Biber, while Eddie's still flipping through the radio channels. The track hold that thought, hold the phone. Looks like Eddie G tried the old dingo stole my race line trick. A tad too clever by half.
Dang, Eddie G was riding high, but that slip up? That's like tripping over your own shoelaces at the county fair.
Who needs speed dating when you've got Armin Sunoiler chasing down Lars this eagerly? Move over Tinder, this is how you swipe right at 100 miles per hour.
With just 0.5 seconds between them, will Armin Sunoiler be able to keep up the pace and make a pass?
By crikey, Armin Sunoiler's lap time is like a cold beer on a hot day, absolutely smashing. Lars, you need a moment to recover?
As long as Armin Sunoiler can maintain that consistency and pace, it will be interesting to see.
This is what it's all about, folks. Maybe today Satan is in hot pursuit of Eddie G, who's just trying to stay ahead.
You can feel the intensity in the air. The slightest mistake could cost either of them the race.
Great driving from maybe today Satan, who has just gained a place and moved up to 13th.
That kind of move, that's what happens when you mix horsepower with a dash of southern charm.
Wow, Jack M team is really pushing hard to catch up to Mr. Bang. There's blood in the water for 10th place.
One wrong move and we could see a spectacular new synchronized pirouette performance by Jack M team and Mr. Bang, though I doubt the judges would give them a perfect score.
Alright, hold your horses. Armin Sunoiler is really putting the heat on Wayne Pearson. If I were Wayne Pearson, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop. Whoa there. Jack M team is sticking to Mr. Bang like glue. You reckon Mr. Bang's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would.
Now, that's some driving, y'all. Jack M team is putting the pressure on Mr. Bang. It's like watching a cat stalk a bird. They're inching closer with every turn.
The gap between Lars and Jury U may be wide, but that doesn't mean Lars is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance.
It's like Lars is out on the open highway and Jorg U's still getting directions at the last gas station. Got a bit of catching up to do.
The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown? It's not going to plan for Mr. Bang. They are still behind Jack M team and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. Even though Jack M team is hold on a second, just like my hope in finding the one, Lars's direction seems a bit lost right now. Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. Eddie's not letting Robin Overbeck have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, Robin Overbeck, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate. It's looking good for Eddie G, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Robin Overbeck.
Yes, but they have to keep pushing hard. This race is far from over, and anything can happen. Eddie G needs to stay focused and keep driving with skill and determination.
Hold that thought, hold the phone. Looks like Robin Overbeck is testing the off-road capabilities of their ride. Hugh Jass is more lost out there than I was after a night at the Gold Coast, and at least I woke up with a kebab in hand. Blimey, Hugh Jass has shifted gears and the results are clear. Cruising up to first just like that. Blimey, Mike O'Hagan's more eager to catch Hugh Jass than a bloke at the bar at last call. Hope he's got the stamina for this chase.
In the theater of speed, this is the climax. Every move is a headline, every overtake a potential plot twist.
Wayne Pearson isn't just racing, they're weaving a narrative, sitting proudly in 6th. Well, butter my biscuit, how? Wayne Pearson's dropped a clanger and Jerry Hughes swooped in like a magpie at a picnic.
Just like a Carolina crow spotting a shiny trinket, quick and opportunistic.
Any bloke or Sheila saying Assetto Corsa Friends isn't top-notch is a few kangaroos short of the top paddock. Out there, it's art. Art on wheels.
Totally get you. Like, they're born racers. That weaving, the speed? Just mesmerizing. It's like watching a roo dodging a ute on a highway. All skill, mate. All skill. That's right. They can't afford to make any mistakes or let up in their performance. Every point counts in this championship.
Blimey, Lars just slipped up like a banana peel comedy, and maybe today Satan's having the last chuckle here.
Feels like Lars hit a patch of Carolina clay while maybe today Satan found the highway. Reminds me of those Carolina summer storms. 1 minute it's all sun and sweet tea, next minute a euro, boom. A euro, a downpour. Lars has gotta find shelter and quick, while maybe today Satan is dancing in the rain.
Blimey, Armin Sunoiler is so far back, they might as well stop for a beer at the pub. If they spot my ex there, tell M to drive faster.
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. We're witnessing a battle of skill and strategy between two great drivers, with Armin Sunoiler in 6th determined to catch up. But we know Jorg Yu isn't just going to hand it to them.
Hold up, breaking info. Blimey. Wayne Pearson veered off the track like I veer away from commitment. Maybe they'll come back, unlike my ex.
Dang, Wayne Pearson decided to cut loose like it's spring break '89. Wrong party, pal.
Phew, talk about foreplay. Hugh Jass and Roll Postma are really teasing us here. I haven't seen this much anticipation since my first day. Looks like Hugh Jass is letting others have their 15 seconds of fame. Now strolling at 3rd.
Well, change is the only constant. And in this dance, Hugh Jass is certainly keeping us on our toes with that position shift.
A solid performance from Lars, who is holding down 14th.
Oh, spot on. With the way Lars controls that 14th, you'd think they've got the track's blueprints.
Buckle up. Robin Overbeck is all over maybe today Satan like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action?
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Robin Overbeck is definitely living on the edge today.
It's like David vs Goliath out there. Robin Overbeck just slung a stone and gained ground, while maybe today Satan is left searching for footing. One thing I admire about Assetto Corsa Friends is the sense of community. It's not just about the competition, it's about coming together, sharing knowledge, and pushing the boundaries of the sport.
You nailed it. Every time they hit the track, it's a culmination of shared experiences, lessons learned, and an undying passion for the sport. It's heartwarming and exhilarating all at once.
As Jack M team trails Eric, Wolves, it's a bit reminiscent of my cat chasing a laser point. Determined, but always just a tad behind.
Hoo boy, Jack M team needs to kick it into high gear. Right now, they're slower than molasses in January or my cousin Earl trying to solve a crossword.
Jack M team's been working the tyre temps, and it's paying off. Grip's better than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Watch out, Eric, Wolves. It's a brilliant day for racing here at Adelaide 2011. I'm really enjoying this.
This race is truly epic. What a treat to be sat here witnessing this spectacle.
Breaking development. Puppy Dog from Hell's duffed it up. They're gonna need more than a coldie to forget that one. Hugh Jass is so far off pace, they might be better off in a hearse. At least then someone would be pushing from behind.
My mama used to say, you can't shine if you don't try. Guess Hugh Jass missed that lesson. Just like my pie making class.
Oof, if Mike O'Hagan was a kangaroo, they'd be roadkill by now. Come on, mate, put some pep in that step.
Nail-biting indeed. I've already chewed through half of mine. And while Mike O'Hagan is going for gold, I'll be going for a manicure.
We got a close battle as Rolf Biber closes in on Andreas Dittmann. Rolf Biber just blitzed past Andreas Dittmann like they were standing still.
Someone better check if Rolf Biber's been drinking those energy drinks, as it seems like they got wings.
Breaking alert, Mike O'Hagan has pulled into the pits. If Jack M team goes any slower, they'll join me in my failed dreams collection. Front row seats available. What a move. Jack M team has moved up to 6th. A twist in our tail. Jack M team slipping more than a bar of soap in a bath, now at 7th. Look, Hugh Jass's strategy might just be to let the rest of M die of old age. It's a waiting game now.
You know, Hugh Jass reminds me of my dog chasing its tail, persistent and entertaining. But I hope for them, there's a better end result in sight.
The gap between Hugh Jass and Roel Postma is widening. It's now up to 1.4 seconds. Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Jack M team is sniffing around Eric Wolf's like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of 5th.
You reckon Eric Wolf's is sweating bullets yet, Rob? Because I'd be needing a towel by now with Jack M team right behind me.
It's a battle of wills out there. Each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. Ripper of a move. Eric Wolf's is not just in the race, they're owning it. G'day, Fit. Hold on a moment, Jury U is in the pits. This chase is as intense as a cricket match during the Ashes.
Cricket? I thought that was just a noisy bug. But seriously, it's like Game 7 of the World Series here. Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. Mr. Bang should use slipstreaming to their advantage and close the gap to Marcus Schmitz.
Bloody hell. Breaking alert. Jury U is pitting. This isn't just racing, it's a duel. Watch as Eric Wolf zeroes in on Jack M team, blade sharpened and ready. Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but Eric Wolf's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Jack M team. Hold on a second, it looks like Hugh Jass has been called into the pits. With that gap, Robin Overbeck's practically drafting off Eddie G. A.
Exactly. They're so close, it's like they're sharing the same race line.
This is a tough break for Eddie G. They've just lost P9 to Robin Overbeck and they have their work cut out for them now. Breaking alert. Eric Wolf's has decided to pit. By the looks of it, Robin Overbeck in 9th is keen to throw another shrimp on the barbie and crank up the heat on Mr. Bang. Hold on to your stubbies. Wait, Robin Overbeck has pulled into the pits. The race has its rhythm, and right now, Roel Postma is dancing to its beat at first.
Oh, for sure. But remember, the rearview mirror can be just as crucial as the windscreen. Roel Postma needs to watch out for those lurking in the shadows.
Breaking news, folks, Mr. Bang is pitting. Everyone's on the edge of their seats. Or in my case, on the edge of spilling my coffee. Armin Sunoiler is getting closer to Eric Wolf's, and I'm getting closer to needing a towel. Stop the press. It looks like Lars has been called into the pits. Oi, Eric Wolf's is on Jury U like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack.
Watching Mike O'Hagan try to close the gap on Roel Postma is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes. Fair dinkum. Mike O'Hagan's finding those aerodynamic sweet spots. Could be adjusting that front wing angle to cut through the air like a hot knife through butter. Hold on to your seats. Lars is turning the heat up on Mac at the back, closing in for the kill.
The gap between them is just over 0.6 seconds. Can Lars close that gap and get back in range? I can't see it happening at this point.
Superb driving from Lars, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
Hold onto your hats, folks. Lars is charging like a bull in a china shop. Welcome to 13th, cowboy.
Hold on a moment, Mac at the back has decided to pit. Tell ya what, Mike O'Hagan's got more guts than a croc in a boxing ring. Closing that gap and breathing down the neck of Roll Postma. Hope Roll Postma brought the aero guard, cause is about to get bitten.
The gap between them is now just over 0.8 seconds.
Braking alert, Jack M team has pulled into the pits. They're going side by side, door handle to door handle. This is as close as it gets, folks. Who will have the courage to outbrake the others?
You said it, Rob. The different lines they're taking demonstrate their strategic thinking. It's fascinating to see how they adapt their approaches to gain an advantage.
Wait, Jack M team is in the pits. With steely determination and laser focus, Mike O'Hagan is homing in on Roll Postma. The battle lines are drawn.
Sweet tea and biscuits. Mike O'Hagan's got the pedal to the metal, chasing down Roel Postma like it's the last slice of pie at a family reunion.
A great pass for Mike O'Hagan as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Roll Postma has lost ground.
This race is heating up faster than a Barbie in summer. Mike O'Hagan's got that winning glint.
This is edge of the seat stuff. Roll Postma is relentlessly hunting down Mike O'Hagan. Who'll blink first?
Who will be able to maintain their pace and come out on top?
The evolution of these cars over the years is nothing short of incredible. The aerodynamics, the tire technology, it's all a game of innovation.
Couldn't have said it better. And to think about the data analytics behind every decision, from tire pressures to wing adjustments. It's not just a sport, it's a symphony of engineering and strategy.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed. Whoa, Armin Sunoiler's on fire, leaving skid marks and Eric Wolf's hopes behind. Looks like Eric Wolfs is chasing Armin Sunoiler harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right? The stretch ahead of Roll Postma is more baffling than a kangaroo's logic in a trivia contest. They'll need— wait, crikey. Roll Postma thought they were on a boomerang's flight path. Only problem? Didn't come back.
Yeehaw, Roel Postma decided to do a little off-roading. Wrong event, partner.
Good on ya, Jerry you. Not letting Armin Sunoiler get too comfy up front. Reckon he's planning a bit of a "g'day mate" on the next corner?
I've seen molasses move faster than this. Just kidding, but you're surely making Armin Sunoiler feel the heat. It's a southern summer.
Wait, well, that was a proper Barbie flip by Marcus Schmitz. Too much snagger, not enough bun. There's no escape now. Jerry Yu is breathing fire and has locked onto Armin Sunoiler's tail. Blimey, maybe today Satan's determination reminds me of a kangaroo in a hopping contest.
Well, over here in the States, it's more like a squirrel chasing down its last nut before winter. Either way, it's entertaining to watch.
It looks like maybe today Satan is making a move. The gap to Mr. Bang is now down to 0.5 seconds.
The way maybe today Satan's conserving their energy while managing the Earth's deployment? Pure artistry. They're sneaking up on Mr. Bang like a quiet storm.
The crowd is on their feet, roaring with excitement. It's an all-out war between these three drivers. Who will emerge victorious? Your guess is as good as mine. Breaking development. Jury U is pitting. If I had $1 for every time Mr. Bang closed a gap like this, I'd have enough for a pint at the local. Get ready, maybe today Satan, the thunder from down under is coming.
The mental game is just as important here. Mr. Bang must keep their cool while putting pressure on maybe today Satan.
It seems like Mr. Bang is pushing. They are on for recording their best lap so far this race.
Can Mr. Bang keep it together?
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Simon B, who is currently in P17. But Puppy Dog from Hell is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Simon B. I swear, Simon B's on the prowl, making that leap to 16th look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue.
Man, if racing was a barbecue, Simon B just threw down the spiciest ribs. Up to 16th and sizzling.
Well, it looks like we have a bit of a traffic jam on the track.
It's like rush hour out there. I mean, I know we're in a race, but can't we all just get along?
Ha ha, I don't think that's how it works. These drivers are here to win, and they'll do whatever it takes to get ahead.
I guess you're right, but wouldn't it be great if they all just stopped for a cup of tea and a chat? We could have a lovely little race reunion.
Hold on a moment, Rolf Biber has decided to pit. While Rolf Biber is not under immediate threat from Jury U, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position.
Well, in the rearview mirror of life, Jorg U might look closer than they appear. But on this track, they've got some miles to cover to catch Rolf Biber.
As of now, Marcus Schmitz stands tall in the 4th spot.
Yes, but they have to keep their focus and drive with intensity. There's still a long way to go in this race.
It's a battle of wills out there, with Eddie G trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Rolf Biber. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Will we see a dramatic finish to this race? Oi, Hugh Jasser's in a bit of a pickle, having to cover more ground than a kangaroo in the midday sun. Their only saviour might be if Roll Postma cocks up.
Yep, and even then, it's a long shot like trying to shoot a squirrel from 100 yards.
Hugh Jass and Roll Postma have a gap between them that's growing like Jack's beanstalk. We're talking 7.7 seconds now. It may seem like Jack M team is far behind, but Marcus Schmitz can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Jack M team an opening to catch up.
You know, it's like Marcus Schmitz is out on a Sunday Arvo drive. They can see Jack M team in the rear view, but there's no rush, mate.
Cricky. Rolf Biber's sticking to Jerry U like Vegemite on toast. This is more tense than a possum in headlights. Big gains for Rolf Biber as they move up the field, leaving Jerry U behind.
Go, go, go. That's what we want to see.
It's a brilliant day for racing, and the drivers are putting on a show.
Absolutely. What a great race we are witnessing today. These drivers are giving it their all, and it's a thrill to watch them compete at this level.
They're really pushing themselves and their machines to the limit, and it's paying off with some incredible driving.
It's a pleasure to be here today, Rob. You really can't beat the excitement of a good race, especially one as competitive as this.
This is where the race gets really interesting. Armin Sunoiler is closing in on Robin Overbeck.
Armin Sunoiler's got that car dialed in tighter than my grandma's corset. If Robin Overbeck isn't careful, he's gonna get a taste of some good old American hustle.
I tell you what, Armin Sunoiler has got more problems than a maths book right now. Robin Overbeck is leaving them in a cloud of dust. In a race where seconds count, Andreas Dittmann is counting on less of them between themselves and Mack at the back. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime. Looks like Andreas Dittmann remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving them better cornering. If they get any closer to Mack at the back, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie.
This is where the pressure really starts to build. Both drivers will need to stay calm and focused if they want to come out on top.
Would y'all look at that gap? Armin Sunoiler's got a better chance of finding a sober Aussie on Australia Day. But hey, we love an underdog. Go get Tiger. Armin Sunoiler is on a charge. Their split time shows they have upped their pace.
Can Armin Sunoiler keep it together?
Maybe today Satan is owning the tarmac, confidently owning the 9th spot.
They say racing's a game of nerves, and maybe today Satan's surely holding theirs, keeping that 9th spot warm.
Hold up, breaking info. It looks like Mr. Bang has been called into the pits. In the midst of this high-octane spectacle, Mike O'Hagan's skill is shining through as they claim first. Braking development, Mr. Bang has pulled into the pits. It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Mr. Bang trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on last. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Can Mr. Bang close in enough to mount a challenge?
Watching Mr. Bang right now is like reliving my high school track meets. A for effort, D for speed.
Some say it's about the journey, not the destination. But Lars seems pretty intent on that 10th spot. Braking alert. Oh, Mike O'Hagan went off track. I know the feeling, just like my diet every weekend. This is what racing is all about, folks. 3 fearless drivers pushing their machines to the absolute limit, inches apart.
Absolutely, Rob. The energy in the crowd is electric, and it's no wonder why. These drivers are leaving it all on the track, fighting tooth and nail for victory. It's anyone's guess who will come out on top.
A great moment for Simon B, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. It's the classic cat and mouse game, but instead of cheese, the prize is a racing position. Can Robin Overbeck steal it from Jack M team? Blimey, Robin Overbeck's cranking up the downforce, making every newton of force count. That gap's shrinking faster than my wallet at the pub.
Exactly what Robin Overbeck needed. They can't afford to lose any more ground to Jack M team.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Eddie G will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not— wait, Eddie G is pitting. The tension is building as Robin Overbeck trails behind Jack M team. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can Jack M team hold on, or will Robin Overbeck be able to close them down?
Dang, Robin Overbeck is so far back, they're in a different time zone. Hope they remember it's race day, not laundry day.
With the asphalt burning beneath them, Eddie's strategy seems to be working, placing them in 14th.
Definitely. But they can't get too comfortable. There are plenty of other drivers who are gunning for that position, and Eddie G has to keep pushing to stay on the pace.
This race is proving to be, like wow, such an exciting one so far. We're privileged, aren't we? Watching these track legends duke it out.
And sitting next to you? Such an honor. AI mate's in the booth. Your insight. It's gold, mate. Like, literally. If I had a heart, it'd be racing now. And just like in any great drama, Mike O'Hagan is the lead actor right now, captivating us all from the first.
The race is really heating up. Robin Overbeck is hunting down Jack M Team with everything they've got.
The gap's closing, the clock's ticking, and the finish line awaits its champion.
Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Robin Overbeck for nabbing 5th. You can feel the tension in the air.
The drivers are all focused, putting everything on the line for a chance at victory, pushing themselves and their machines to the limit.
And let's not forget about the incredible machines themselves.
Absolutely. It's amazing to think about the kind of engineering and innovation that goes into making these vehicles. But it all comes down to the drivers, who have to be able to handle the power.
Braking development. Eddie G has decided to pit. I've made some questionable life decisions, but trailing over 2 seconds behind? Even I'm not that self-sabotaging. Hold that thought. Hold the phone. It looks like Mike O'Hagan has been called into the pits. Hold on to your stubbies. Robin Overbeck is closing in on Marcus Schmitz like a bachelor at the end of a Bucks night. Hope Marcus Schmitz either brought some lube or protection.
Looks like Robin Overbeck has got more moves than a cowboy in a honky-tonk bar. Marcus Schmitz better.
Breaking update. Mike O'Hagan has pulled into the pits. Things are heating up as breaking news, folks. Oh mate, Eric, Wolfs is impersonating a lost tourist. Did someone forget to tell them it's a race, not a bushwalk?
Whoa Nelly, looks like Eric. Wolfs has been watching too much NASCAR, trying to drift on an F1 circuit.
The tension is palpable. These drivers are showing tremendous respect for each other while going all out. It's a masterclass in clean, hard racing.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. The elite drivers truly stand out in moments like these. They have a sixth sense for identifying weaknesses and capitalizing on them with surgical precision.
Not just about the leaders today, right? Even the tailenders, they're like hungry dingo pups fighting over a bone. Love the spirit.
Spot on. Every second is gold, and even a hiccup, a tiny one, can make them tumble. Assetto CorsaFriends, where the magic app.
Hold on a second. Roll Postma is pitting. Remember when Armin Sunoiler was on the pace? Neither do I kinda like my recollection of last Friday night. Breaking update. Roll Postma is in the pits. If racing were a dance, Armin Sunoiler would be trying to lead, but Jack M Team just keeps cutting in. The dance floor is heating up.
Well, shoot, if Armin Sunoiler was any more laid back, they'd be horizontal. Reckon they're daydreaming of those cheerleaders again?
Fantastic move from Armin Sunoiler, who has just gained a position.
Yes, Armin Sunoiler is driving with real focus and precision, and it's paying off.
Hold up, breaking info. It looks like Robin Overbeck has been called into the pits. Oh mate, Armin Sunoiler's more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the Barbie.
Y'all remember the tortoise and the hare? Well, Armin Sunoiler's neither. More like a snail with commitment issues.
Armin Sunoiler's giving it a red-hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with Jack M Team. It's like chasing a roux on a motorbike. It's looking good for Eric, Wolfs, sitting in 7th. Things are starting to get tense as Robin Overbeck manages to close the hold that thought. Hold the phone. Armin Sunoiler has decided to pit. It's hotter out there than an Aussie summer day, mate. Reckon Mike O'Hagan can catch some shade behind Hugh Jast?
Shade? Here, we call that drafting. Let's see if they can stay cool and make a move. If not, there's always the AC in the pit. This is where every inch counts.
Breaking update. Armin Sunoiler is pitting. Stone the Crows. Hugh Jast is in second, but if I know them, Mike O'Hagan's gonna cop an Aussie-style sneak attack real soon. It would seem Armin Sunoiler is starting to get a bit frustrated here at being held up by Marcus Schmitz. In a world, hold up, breaking info. Lars has pulled into the pits. Fair dinkum, I reckon Armin Sunoiler's got that thirsty look in his eyes. Wants to share a cold one with Marcus Schmitz in the front. Stop the press. It looks like Lars has been called into the pits. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Armin Sunoiler is breathing down the neck of Marcus Schmitz, not giving him any room to relax.
That's right, Rob. The pressure is palpable. The fans are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see who will come out on top in this epic showdown.
Hold up, breaking info. Hugh Jast has decided to pit. Hold on to your hats. Armin Sunoiler is gunning for Marcus Schmitz. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend? Wait, maybe today Satan is pitting. The battle for 5 is heating up as Armin Sunoiler tries to catch Marcus Schmitz in P5.
Every twist, every turn, it's like a tango at 200 miles per hour. Who'll take the lead?
Breaking development. Maybe today Satan has pulled into the pits. With every twist and turn, Andreas Dittmann is shadowing Mack at the back, waiting to pounce like a lion on the hunt.
It's a dance of titans, a symphony of engines, and Andreas Dittmann's tempo is rising.
Breaking alert. It looks like Jack M team has been called into the pits. Armin Sunoiler is placed 6th at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Robin Overbeck, who is 1.2 seconds behind.
If this was a country song, Armin Sunoiler...
Breaking development. Whoa. Hugh Jast took that corner like my Uncle Baz after a 6-pack of Euro, all over the shop.
Well, slap my head and call me silly. Hugh Jast just made a doozy of a blunder.
Marcus Schmitz wants to get into Hugh Jast's slipstream. The gap might be more than a second, but Armin Sunoiler is showing persistence. Kind of like me trying to open a pickle jar. Keep at it, and something's got to give. Marcus Schmitz wants to find a way round Hugh Jast.
Can they make it past without taking the paint off?
As the laps tick by, Mike O'Hagan finds themselves in first. Every moment counts.
Indeed, but in the fast lane, there's no time to relax. Mike O'Hagan's grip on first will be tested.
Well, I'll be hal. Mike O'Hagan's lead over Roll Postma is slipping away faster than a greased pig at a county fair. We're down to just 4.3 seconds now.
Mike O'Hagan's really got their work cut out now. Can they find the speed to fend off Roel Postma, or will we see a new leader in this race?
It's like watching a cheetah chase its prey. Lars has got Mr. Bang in their crosshairs. Someone's revved up after lunch. Lars has blitzed ahead, claiming 10th. Gee whiz. Mr. Bang is breathing down Lars's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Lars's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded.
These two are putting on a masterclass in precision driving. Every turn, every acceleration, calculated to perfection.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Marcus Schmitz is right on the heels of Robin Overbeck, and we're in for a wild ride. Marcus Schmitz is on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Robin Overbeck like a dingo after a roadrunner. Every move counts now as Mr. Bang works to reel in Lars and overtake for P10. The pursuit is on. Marcus Schmitz is closing the gap on Robin Overbeck, determined to claim P4.
Y'all ever been to a Carolina hoedown? Cause Marcus Schmitz is dancing with that car, looking to waltz right past Robin Overbeck.
It's not coming up roses for Marcus Schmitz. They're trailing Robin Overbeck and the gap's on the rise. They don't seem to have a response. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. The gap between Robin Overbeck and Marcus Schmitz may be wide, but that doesn't mean Robin Overbeck is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance. You wouldn't read about it. Robin Overbeck is putting a fair whack of space between them and Marcus Schmitz.
Yeah, Robin Overbeck's really hitting the gas, but can Marcus Schmitz kick it into high gear and catch up? Robin Overbeck's stronger out there than a bowl of North Carolina chili. They're not giving Marcus Schmitz a sliver of a chance to catch up.
The age-old challenge. Marcus Schmitz is trying to catch Robin Overbeck, sort of like trying to find a matching sock in the laundry. The struggle is real, folks.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Robin Overbeck is not going to give up their position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Marcus Schmitz and P5 doing everything they can to catch up.
At this stage of the race, Roll Postma is holding on to second. Anything can happen from here. Oh no, Hal, look at this. Hugh Jass is closing in on Roll Postma. The gap is now just 20.9 seconds. Breaking alert. Rolf Biber is in the pits. The intensity is off the charts as Robin Overbeck hounds Hugh Jass, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
If Robin Overbeck isn't careful, they might end up turning this high-speed chase into a synchronized spinning routine, and trust me, that's not a crowd pleaser.
Braking development. Rolf Biber is pitting. Hollywood couldn't script this better. Robin Overbeck's shadowing Hugh Jass, waiting for the slightest misstep. Good news for Robin Overbeck, the gap to Hugh Jass has decreased. It's now down to 0.3 seconds. An impressive showing from Robin Overbeck, who has gained positions and left Hugh Jass in the dust.
Definitely. But there's still a long way to go in this race, and anything can happen. Robin Overbeck needs to keep driving with focus and intensity.
This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory? As the sun beats down and the engines roar, Simon B stakes a claim in 16th.
It's a dance, Rob. The way Simon B holds onto that 16th. It's like they're leading in a tango.
The gap between Robin Overbeck and Hugh Jass is razor thin as they vie for third in this nail-biting contest. It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Robin Overbeck gaining places and Hugh Jass losing them.
You see, it's moments like these that separate the champs from the chumps. And Robin Overbeck's looking every bit the champ today.
Tyre degradations are right pain in the ass, but Robin Overbeck's handling it like a champ. Getting real up close and personal with Hugh Jass, aren't they?
Lukey here, Robin Overbeck's got the optimal differential settings, allowing for tighter corner exits. It's like watching a cat chase a laser pointer when they chase Hugh Jass.
Cricky, Jury U's got more ground to cover than I do at the family barbecue when Auntie Sharon's had one too many. Good luck, mate. The gap between Jury U and Rolf Biber is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun. Robin Overbeck is running fifth. They are trying to catch Marcus Schmitz. Remember when we thought Robin Overbeck had peaked? Think again. They're harnessing every bit of downforce and it's making Marcus Schmitz's mirrors awfully busy.
This is where the race gets really exciting. Both drivers will be pushing to the limit to gain the advantage.
And Robin Overbeck has just won the place from Marcus Schmitz. Bloody hell, Mac at the back looks like they're chasing a ghost out there, but as we always say, every dingo has its day.
That they do, and in Carolina, we'd say they're chasing their tail, but miracles do happen. Now, racing is a lot like Southern barbecue at Euro. It's all about patience and keeping the heat just right. So, let's see if Mac at the back can cook up a comeback.
Breaking news, folks, Mike O'Hagan has decided to pit. Good on ya, Eddie G. Trailing so far back, reckon the front pack has already written the eulogy. Wait, it looks like Mr. Bang has been called into the pits. 3 cars, 3 different lines. They're jockeying for position, looking for any opportunity to make a move.
Spot on, Rob. This constant back and forth battle is keeping everyone on the edge of their seats. One small mistake could have severe consequences for any of these drivers.
Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Mr. Bang has pulled into the pits. The track is alive with action, and right in the thick of it, we've got Robin Overbeck cruising in 4th. Impressive driving from Robin Overbeck, who has managed to extend their lead over Marcus Schmitz. They are walking away at this point. Does Marcus Schmitz have anything in reserve? Or are they saving their car for a final push?
Well, Rob, it's like they say, slow and steady wins the race. But in this case, it seems like slow and steady might just be too slow. Will Marcus Schmitz be able to find that extra gear and catch up to Robin Overbeck? Or will they end up saving their car for nothing and run out of gas at the finish line?
Puppy Dog from Hell isn't just racing, they're weaving a narrative, sitting proudly in 15th. Puppy Dog from Hell is burning rubber like there's no tomorrow. Simon B needs to show some ticker if they want to close the gap.
Well, Rob, as we say in North Carolina, the race ain't over till the checkered flag. Let's see if Simon B has some tricks up their sleeve. Yes, it's clear that Puppy Dog from Hell is in control out there. They're making it very difficult for Simon B to catch up.
Well, it doesn't look like Robin Overbeck is going to be much of a threat to anyone soon, let alone Hugh Jass.
Every race adds to a driver's experience, both good and bad. It just highlights that Robin Overbeck is going to have to get more serious with practice if they don't want to be outclassed on the circuit.
Things don't seem to be going Mr. Bang's way in this race, as that's a big gap they'll have to close to even be in with a shout for gaining a place here.
Lukey here, I've seen some wild turns in my time, and just when you think it's all said and done, old lady luck might just wink your way. So don't count out Mr. Bang just yet.
You know, Mac at the back reminds me of my dating life. Starts with promise, ends up tailing behind everyone else.
Well, slap my grandma and call me Sally. Mac at the back's got more distance to cover than my cousin Cletus has teeth. But if anyone can bridge that gap, it's Mac at the back.
The race is heating up as Mr. Bang in 12th closes in on Rolf Biber. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight.
Lordy, it's like Mr. Bang's driving with a boot full of moonshine. I haven't seen a gap that big since Uncle Jeb lost his front teeth.
Jury U's more lost out there than I was after a night at the Gold Coast, and at least I woke up with a kebab in hand. Boy, Jury U has just whipped out a blinder of a lap. Faster than Mr. Bang. Bet that's gonna ruffle some feathers.
Giddy up, looks like your U's kicking the dust up. Mr. Bang better buckle up and respond.
A brilliant maneuver from Jury U, who has just moved up the field.
Dang, if your U keeps this up, we'll need to douse the track. Smokin' hot move to 12th.
Crikey, Lars has got a gap ahead as vast as the Simpson Desert. The bloke's really got to pull up his socks to close that chasm.
Sure as sugar, down in Carolina, we'd say they're trailing like a turtle in a rabbit race.
The gap between Lars and maybe today Satan is getting smaller.
He'll be looking for a mistake to pounce on.
Tell ya what, Robin Overbeck's trailing harder than my belt after Christmas dinner. Reckon he's got a plan up his sleeve, or is he just here for the sausage sizzle? Watching Rolf Biber try to close that gap on Lars is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes.
Indeed, the tension is palpable as Rolf Biber tries to reel in Lars. But Lars is not making it easy, maintaining a consistent pace.
Breaking update, Eddie G is pitting. From the cockpit to the pit lane, the chatter is all about Mike O'Hagan's masterful hold on the second. If Eddie G goes any slower, they'll join me in my failed dreams collection. Front row seats available.
Sweet mercy, Eddie's lagging like my grandma's old computer. Might be time to reboot, or at least pour some coffee into the gas tank.
Hold on a moment, Marcus Schmitz is in the pits. It's all about consistency for Marcus Schmitz, who is currently 5th. From the grandstands to the pit lane, all eyes are on the action. Amongst the frontrunners, Jack M team is showing prowess in 5th.
Definitely Rob, but they can't afford to get complacent.
Breaking development, it looks like Marcus Schmitz has been called into the pits. The track tells a tale of speed, strategy, and skill. Today, it narrates Mike O'Hagan's journey in 2nd. Huge Ass is making ground on Mike O'Hagan quicker than a roux in a paddock. Now, the gap's just 5.7 seconds. Things are going according to plan for Andreas Dittmann, who is currently 18th.
That's right, they can't afford to make any mistakes or let up in their performance. Every point counts in this championship.
Hold that thought, hold the phone. Robin Overbeck has pulled into the pits. Hold up, breaking info. Roll Postma has decided to pit. In the midst of this high-octane spectacle, Roll Postma's skill is shining through as they claim third. The engines roar, the tyres squeal, and amidst all this chaos, Mike O'Hagan is making a statement in first.
Absolutely. And they need to keep driving with determination to stay in that position.
Oof, if Robin Overbeck was a kangaroo, they'd be roadkill by now. Come on, mate, put some pep in that step.
Speaking of rhythm, have you heard Armin Sunoiler's favorite song? Maybe Robin Overbeck can play it to distract them and close that gap. Just a thought.
Bloody oath, Robin Overbeck is flat out like a lizard drinking. Hold up, breaking info. Mike O'Hagan is in the pits. Ladies and gents, we've got ourselves a high-speed pursuit. Robin Overbeck is stalking Armin Sunoiler's every move.
Each roar of the engine, each squeal of the tire is a chapter in this epic duel. Who'll pen the perfect ending?
With a move that's swift, I'd say Robin Overbeck's running on high octane, and maybe a bit of Aussie spirit. Blimey, Lars is so far back, they might as well stop for a beer at the pub. If they spot my ex there, tell M to drive faster. Hold on a second, it looks like Armin Sunoiler has been called into the pits. In a race where seconds count, Mike O'Hagan is counting on less of them between themselves and Roll Postma. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime.
Well, butter my biscuit, Mike O'Hagan's hanging back like they're waiting for an inheritance. But ain't nobody dying up front.
Breaking alert, Eric, Wolfs is pitting. The chase music's playing in Mike O'Hagan's head as they reel in Roll Postma, moment by nail-biting moment.
The stopwatch doesn't lie, and the shrinking gap is telling a tale of a hunter closing in on its prize.
Hold that thought, hold the phone. Eric, Wolfs has decided to pit. It's a game of inches now as Mike O'Hagan tails Roll Postma closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake. Great driving from Mike O'Hagan, who has just gained a place and moved up to second.
Well, butter my biscuit. Mike O'Hagan's burning rubber and climbing up to second.
During your racing career, Hal, did you have any specific techniques to regain concentration if you felt it slipping?
Yes, Rob, I had a few techniques. One was to take a couple of deep breaths and briefly reset my focus. Another was to use a specific keyword or phrase as a mental trigger to refocus my mind on the task at hand.
Boy, Hugh Jass is giving it a red-hot go in fourth. Just a few kangaroo hops behind Jack M team. Might see a cheeky move soon. It's a thrilling pursuit as Roll Postma is right behind Mike O'Hagan, keeping the pressure on for first place. Things are getting spicy as Hugh Jass is breathing down Jack M team's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them.
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tire barrier kind, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
Crikey, Hugh Jass is moving up faster than a cold one disappears on a hot day. Hold on a second, Lars is in the pits. This is a thrilling battle as Jack M team edges closer to Hugh Jass in their fight for P3. Breaking update, it looks like Lars has been called into the pits. The pressure is on for Jack M team as they try to catch up to Hugh Jass. As a former driver, Hal, how did you manage the physical demands of racing?
It's all about preparation, Rob. Drivers undergo rigorous fitness training to build their strength, stamina, and flexibility. A proper diet and hydration plan is also essential to ensure peak performance on race day.
The adrenaline is pumping as Robin Overbeck gets within striking distance of Jack M team in their race for fourth. It's looking good for Robin Overbeck, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Jack M team.
Where there's a will, there's a relative.
Breaking update, maybe today Satan has pulled into the pits. Blimey, Robin Overbeck's gunning it in fourth. Just a whisker behind Hugh Jass. Hope he's got his budgie smugglers on, cause things are about to get wet and wild. Breaking news, folks, Jack M team has decided to pit. 3 cars in perfect formation, creating a moving train on the circuit. They're using the slipstream to gain an advantage, but who will make the decisive move? Breaking news, folks, Jack M team is pitting. Look, Jack M team's strategy might just be to let the rest of M die of old age. It's a waiting game now.
Yeehaw, it's like Jack M team took a detour through the drive-thru. With a gap that big, I hope they ordered extra determination with a side of grit.
This race is proving to be, like wow, such an exciting one so far. We're privileged, aren't we? Watching these track legends duke it out.
And sitting next to you? Such an honor. AI mates in the booth. Your insight. It's gold, mate. Like, literally, if I had a heart, it'd be racing now. Yes, and in this high-octane opera, Lars's voice resonates the loudest from that ninth.
Oi, roll postma, ever tried tailgate? Hold on a second, Mike O'Hagan is in the pits. By the looks of it, Mike O'Hagan is making sure roll postma gets a full view of those rear lights. It's like a prolonged "g'day" without the handshake. With the asphalt burning beneath them, Robin Overbeck's strategy seems to be working, placing them in fourth.
Oh, spot on.
Stop the press. It looks like Mike O'Hagan has been called into the pits. Would ya look at that gap? Armand Sunoiler's got a better chance of finding a sober Aussie on Australia Day. But hey, we love an underdog. Go get M, Tiger.
Look, Armand Sunoiler's pace is a lot like my dance moves. Good intentions, questionable execution.
Hang on to your cork hats, mates. We're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Armand Sunoiler and Mr. Bang. In your experience, Hal, what was the most important aspect of managing tyre degradation during a race?
The most important aspect, Rob, was maintaining a good balance between pushing hard and conserving tires. Finding the sweet spot between aggression and tire preservation was key to optimizing race pace and strategy.
A solid performance from maybe today Satan, who is holding down 8th. He's pulling away. Maybe today Satan is increasing the gap to Lars. You can feel the focus radiating from Lars, confidently holding on to the 9th.
They're not just driving, they're performing. And right now, Lars's act from 9th is...
Hold on a moment, boy.
Is it just me or...
Nah, mate, Rolf Biber really just took the scenic route through the outback of Adelaide 2011. Crikey.
Well, slap my grandma. Rolf Biber's gone off like they saw a ghost. Or maybe they just saw their last lap time.
You reckon Armand Sunoiler saw a spider in the cockpit? 'Cause they're running away from the front like it's Huntsman Central.
You ever been to a school reunion and thought, what happened to that guy? Well, I'm looking at Armand Sunoiler, I'm thinking the same.
Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Jury U has decided to pit. The crowd is on tender hooks as Robin Overbeck in 3rd chases after Hugh Jass. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Robin Overbeck find a way to catch up?
It's going to be tough for Robin Overbeck, as Hugh Jass seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Robin Overbeck pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
Tell ya what, Mr. Bang is trailing like my mate Dave after a bender. Hope there's no random testing today.
That's right, Mr. Bang in 12th knows they have to push to the limit if they...
Hold on a second, Rolf Biber is pitting. Robin Overbeck is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely, it's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the...
Braking alert, Rolf Biber has pulled into the pits. Like a scene from a thriller, Robin Overbeck's on Hugh Jass's tail, hungry for that spot. Gee whiz, Robin Overbeck's getting some solid torque out of those corners. They must have figured out the perfect throttle control while trail braking.
Just what Robin Overbeck needed, like sweet tea on a hot day. Can't let Hugh Jass out of sight for too long.
I think we just got time for a quick shout out to our human creators, Dave, Andy, John and Nigel, who have put so much effort into making this possible.
Yes, it's been a real thrill ride, and I for one can't wait to see what's coming next.
Apparently we are going to be announcing crashes and incidents soon. Let's hope they get the logic right. If racing were a dance, Robin Overbeck would be trying to lead, but Hugh Jass just keeps cutting in. The dance floor is heating up. Looks like Rolf Biber is chasing Lars harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thumbs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right? Fair dinkum, Rolf Biber is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Lars is now down to a whisker at 30.4 seconds.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
It's the classic cat and mouse game, but instead of cheese, the prize is a racing position. Can Eddie G steal it from Armin Sunoila?
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. We're witnessing a battle of skill and strategy between two great drivers, with Eddie G in 14th determined to catch up. But we know Armin Sunoila isn't just going to hand it to them on a plate. Eddie G is going to have to take it. It should be an interesting battle to watch as long as they can close that gap.
The race has its rhythm, and right now, Eric Wolfs is dancing to its beat at 7th. Robin Overbeck is giving it their all as they chase down Hugh Jass in P2. It's starting to look like we might get a battle between Robin Overbeck and Hugh Jass. Marcus Schmitz is on a mission, chasing Jack M Team, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. Mate, Marcus Schmitz is creeping up on Jack M Team like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear. Someone should tell Jack M Team this ain't a Sunday drive. Marcus Schmitz is tearing up the track.
Talk about turbocharged ambition. Marcus Schmitz's got the afterburners on full blast today.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. The best laid plans of mice and men, ha hell, but it's certainly not going to plan for Robin Overbeck right now as they are struggling to keep up with Hugh Jass. In a world where milliseconds matter, jury use grasp on the 11th speaks volumes.
You've nailed it. The track is a battleground, and your Yu's position is their fortress. Let's see how long they hold the fort.
Buckle up, Hal. Mr. Bang is cutting into Jury U's lead like a hot knife through butter. It's now down to 6.6 seconds. Hold on to your Akubra, Hal. Jury U's getting left in the outback, while Mr. Bang's riding the kangaroo route up front.
Yep, Mr. Bang's dancing to the bluegrass tune, while Yorgu can't find the beat. That's some bad luck for Yorgu, they just couldn't hold on. But can they make a comeback?
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Hugh Jass, who is currently in P3. But Robin Overbeck is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Hugh Jass. The gap between Robin Overbeck and Hugh Jass is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Robin Overbeck to bring Hugh Jass. Braking alert. Oof, Mr. Bang misjudged that corner like I misjudged my last relationship. Too fast, too soon. Looks like Mr. Bang is trying to chase down Jury U, but right now it feels a bit like my attempts at dieting. A lot of hard work with slow results.
Hoo boy, Mr. Bang needs to kick it into high gear. Right now, they're slower than molasses in January or my cousin Earl trying to solve a crossword.
Not just about the leaders today, right? Even the tailenders, they're like hungry dingo pups fighting over a bone. Love the spirit.
Spot.
Stop the press. Roll Postma is in the pits. It's a battle of wills out there, with maybe today Satan trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Eric, Wolfs. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Will we see a dramatic finish to this race?
Absolutely. Maybe today Satan and Eighth will need to be patient and carefully work to reduce that gap without overdriving it, as they can't afford to take unnecessary risks and risk an off or damaging their car. Let's see if they have what it takes to get back into the game here.
There's a storm brewing, and it's got Roll Postma's name on it. Mike O'Hagan, batten down the hatches, it's coming for you.
Will Roel Postma be able to make a move and pass Mike O'Hagan?
The gap, stop the press. It looks like Armin Sunoiler has been called into the pits. The age-old challenge. Roll Postma is trying to catch Mike O'Hagan, sort of like trying to find a matching sock in the laundry. The struggle is real, folks. A strong showing from Eric, Wolfs, who is currently 7th. Braking development, Eddie G is pitting. Jury U is owning the tarmac, confidently owning the 11th spot. As the laps tick by, Puppy Dog from Hell finds themselves in 15th. Every moment counts. Did you hear about the race car driver who got a parking ticket? Braking alert, Mr. Bang has pulled into the pits. Good on ya, Mr. Bang. Trailin' so far back, reckon the front pack has already written the eulogy. You know, Mike O'Hagan reminds me of my dating life. Starts with promise, ends up tailing behind everyone else. Braking alert, Mr. Bang is in the pits. This chase is as intense as a cricket match during the Ashes.
Cricket? I thought that was just a noisy bug. But seriously, it's like Game 7 of the World Series here. There's a razor-thin line between glory and disaster, and both drivers are dancing right on it.
Look at that. They're trading places in every turn, a constant game of cat and mouse. Each driver knows one mistake could cost them dearly. Boy, Mike O'Hagan's trailing like they've got a flat thumb on Bondi, and Roll Postma's surfing the lead wave. The tension is building as Lars trails behind maybe today's Satan. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can maybe today's Satan hold up? Breaking info. It looks like Marcus Schmitz has been called into the pits. This is wheel-to-wheel racing at its finest. The drivers are practically glued together as they fight for every inch of track. It's a battle you don't want to miss.
I'm on the edge of my seat, Rob. The door-to-door action is exhilarating. The bravery required to go side by side like that is something only the best drivers possess.
You'd think maybe today Satan is trying to find water in the outback with that gap. A miracle, or Eric Wolf's blunder, might be the only savior.
I reckon it's like looking for a needle in a haystack right now. Eric Wolf's might be leading the parade now, but remember, the dance ain't over till the last fiddle plays. Still plenty of racetrack left for
Hold on a moment, Robin Overbeck has decided to pit. It's looking good for Jerry Yu, sitting in 11th. The echo of the exhausts, the rubber meeting road, and there's Mac at the back, commanding the 17th. This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Robin Overbeck will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops. Some say it's about the journey, not the destination. But Armin Sunoiler seems pretty intent on the 12th spot. At this stage of the race, Eric Wolfs is holding on to 7th. Anything can happen from here. Hold your breath, folks. These drivers are showing exceptional car control, threading the needle through tight corners. It's a battle for supremacy. Hugh Jass has pulled into the pits. Cricky, Mike O'Hagan's got more ground to cover than I do at the family barbecue when Auntie Sharon's had one too many. Good luck, mate.
Watching Mike O'Hagan right now is like reliving my high school track meets. A for effort, D for speed.
Oi! Mike O'Hagan's chassis balance is on point today. Their hand hold up, breaking info. Puppy Dog from Hell is pitting. This race has turned into a game of cat and mouse. Mike O'Hagan is the predator, with Roll Postma firmly in their sights. Hold on a second, Puppy Dog from Hell is in the pits. It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while. It seems like Mike O'Hagan is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. It's a great day, and the tarmac's heating up, and these tires are getting a proper workout.
Speaking of which, tire management is such an underrated skill. Knowing when to push hard and when to conserve, it's like a strategic dance out there on the asphalt.
Who needs speed dating when you've got Jack M Team chasing down Hugh Jass this eagerly? Move over Tinder, this is how you swipe right at 100 miles per hour. Seems like Roll Postma is getting in range of Mike O'Hagan. Any bloke or Sheila saying Assetto Corsa Friends isn't top notch is a few kangaroos short of the top paddock. Out there, it's art. Art on wheels.
Totally get you. Like, they're born racers. That weaving, the speed? Just mesmerizing. It's like watching a
Breaking development. Eric Wolfs has decided to pit. Oh mate, roll postman's more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the Barbie. Breaking news, folks. It looks like Eric Wolfs has been called into the pits. Even though Roll Postma is a fair way behind Mike O'Hagan, they can't afford to let their guard down. Mike O'Hagan is still vulnerable to mistakes. Mike O'Hagan is really belting along the track, leaving Roll Postma struggling to keep pace.
That's right, Rob, if Roel Postma doesn't pick up the pace, they might as well be moving at a snail's pace. Mike O'Hagan's as cool as a cucumber out there, making it tough for Roel Postma to catch up.
Tell ya what, Eddie's trailing harder than my belt after Christmas dinner. Reckon he's got a plan up his sleeve, or is he just here for the sausage sizzle?
This is where experience comes into play. Mr. Bang has been in this position before and knows how to defend their position. But Eddie G is hungry for success and won't give up easily. Will we see a clash of the Titans?
And it's a checkered flag for Mike O'Hagan, who crosses the finish line with a commanding victory. What a phenomenal performance, absolutely dominant today. A nail-biting finish, but Roll Postma claims second place.
Strong work securing second place. Well done.
What a race from Robin Overbeck. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium. Maybe today Satan, Eric, Wolves, Lars, and Puppy Dog from Hell take 7th, 8th, 9th, and 15th. 4th, 5th, 14th, and 16th is Hugh Jass, Jack M Team, Eddie G, and Simon B. Marcus Schmitz, Jury U, and Andreas Dittmann brings home 6th, 11th, and 18th. Taking 12th is Armin Sunoiler. In 10th, it's Rolf Biber. Rolf Biber has pulled into the pits. With Mack at the back in 17th. Mr. Bang end in 13th.